The thing I've been thinking a lot about as we've been getting busier and busier and busier is that there's a certain match between our own ambition as people and also together and the sort of responsibility we have to make that ambition happen or come true or whatever it is. There's like a direct relationship between however ambitious you want to be and then a responsibility that you have that goes right along with that. That's almost like the difference between an ambition and sort of like a far-fetched dream.
Right.
When we started living on the road, first of all, that was ambitious in itself.
Yeah.
And required a lot of responsibility. We talked a lot about how travel is hard and all of that stuff. But it fueled all of our ambitions because it gave us a ton of opportunities. Travel makes it really clear when you're not following through on your ambitions. I feel like there's a way that we can almost categorize all of these different ambitions that we have.
We're ambitious about them because it's a value that we have.
We also, here in Salt Lake City, the whole kind of reason we're here is because we have a huge shoot that we're doing with one of our clients. It's like 8 days of solid shooting. I mean, it's a big shoot. So we spend a lot of time working, especially during those hot parts of the day, and trying to grow this business. None of this is possible without our business. If you're living and working on the road like we do, it's not like all of a sudden you're just on vacation all the time. It's just that the job is super mobile. But that's the joy of being an entrepreneur. If you're ambitious to be an entrepreneur, there's a lot of responsibility that comes with that.
Well, I thought I was going to be like an artist, I guess. I always wanted to be a choreographer.
Right.
So not really so much entrepreneur, but still like creating things and kind of creating a name for yourself.
I think my first registered LLC was when I was 5 years old. This was Tyler's Sawing Business because we didn't know how to spell business. And Tyler would saw anything for 25 cents. This is the first business I ever started.
There's a fantastic photo of this.
And I think Salt Lake City has been a really good illustration of this concept for us. Because we have a lot of ambitions about things we want to do here. We both love Salt Lake City. We both got to live in Utah for a couple summers, and it's a special place to us. That's not the only thing we're ambitious about. We're also, in case people haven't noticed, really ambitious about our health.
We started learning all of these different things that we didn't know before, and then they all just kind of stacked up, and we were like, wow, you actually can have a lot of control over your health.
We don't confine it to the realm of just doing cardio or weightlifting.
Yeah.
We really try our best to make it like a real thing and make it like an activity. If you can make your hobbies into workouts, you are going to have a great time.
Yeah.
You have had a lot of fun riding.
I have. It helps that there's like the coolest gym ever here. Oh my gosh, it's massive. It's 3 stories. There's so many routes. They have a cafe and yoga classes and a sauna and like a really nice fitness room. I am like finally getting to that place where I can start to do things that I couldn't do before. You know, like things where I am expecting I'm going to lose my grip or I'm going to swing out or something, and I hold myself in place, and it's like, it's getting really exciting.
Yeah.
But I know that you have been kind of designing like your own workouts at home to kind of match the hardest part of jiu-jitsu.
Right. Well, now you can let me talk about jiu-jitsu to my heart's content. I've been able to train jiu-jitsu here, a great gym, 10 Planet, Salt Lake City. You actually came with me to a class.
I know.
I didn't know if you were just going to come and film or if you were going to come and jump in.
I've been going out and doing like everything with you.
Yeah. We got to work on a few things, and I got to show you a few extra things, and that's always been like a really fun activity for us to do and a great workout. Just whether we're boxing together, doing jiu-jitsu or something, it's a really like a partner-based workout, and it's a lot of fun to do together.
Yeah.
We also have taken on other adventures here.
Yeah.
Because you did come with me for a little archery, and the first day you came, because there's a great center here. So we went out one day, and I brought my bow, but you got to use kind of one of their like rental bows, like a small draw weight, and just
like
learn
14
some fundamentals.
pounds, I think.
You were like, I'm gonna need a bow now.
Yeah,
and
immediately.
I was game to get you a bow, but I was also kind of curious like how strong you were. If you were strong enough to maybe pull my bow or get to a place where you could pull my bow. You were pulling it more than I expected, and I was like, okay, I feel like you should just give it a shot with my bow and work your way to be able to shoot this one. You're shooting my bow.
I know. I'm so proud of that. I don't even know how I was probably rock climbing that gave me those back muscles. Yeah.
see, there's so much ambition for health with us.
I know.
But I feel like the last piece is obviously the cooking. Where it started was nutrition, and what it always comes back to is nutrition. And so that was so loud.
I know. It was my kombucha. Speaking of cooking, I didn't realize it was going to slurp. Sorry.
We have sort of made this commitment for so many reasons. It doesn't matter if you want to go from the health aspect, from the, caring what animals that you're eating aspect, from the minimalist aspect, from the financial independence aspect.
Yeah.
Cooking answers all of those questions. It's a huge ambition to say, like, we're going to cook all our meals. If you haven't tried it, believe me, it's ours. I've gotten better at making things in advance and making things when I have the time to do it. It's all a spiral, isn't it? And all fuels everything else. Because we're so committed to the health stuff, it gives us more time to have all of these adventures that we want to have.
Well, we wanna be healthy so that we can have adventures. And same thing with, growing our business. We want to have the stability and the freedom to have adventures. So I feel like everything really comes down to, like, we're gonna squeeze as much out of life as we can.
That is why you get to go hiking so often now. Because we travel so often.
While we're traveling, it's kind of difficult to find the right hike to go on. The flip side of that is that we get to see so many different landscapes, and I wouldn't trade that.
You took me on a hike here in Utah.
It was so fun.
It was a good time.
That was such a pretty hike.
It was.
There were so many wildflowers. I was obsessed with that.
I also have been able to get the motorcycle down here.
Yes.
That poor motorcycle was in the truck for so long while we were moving around way too often to get it down, or have an excuse. To have a motorcycle on the road and say, like, I want to be able to ride in all these places we go, and I want a second vehicle, and it requires responsibility too.
It's a vehicle for, I was using it as a literary device, but it is a vehicle. But it's a vehicle for our freedom because we can both be out doing something different.
That's the beauty of having these, like, two vehicles, and we get to both go do our own stuff.
Yeah.
And so we have the motorcycle down, and I've been able to take it to jiu-jitsu, and you've gone on some rides with me, and I've met the coolest people, and I've met some very cool people in Salt Lake City here too. And there's always an excuse for that, because that's another part of living on the road, and another part of our ambition, which is that we want a social life also, and we want to be able to see our friends when we're in certain places, and that requires even more work. You just make it happen.
Yeah.
And you just go for it.
I think traveling, it really does expose whether you're acting on your ambitions or not, but it also, if you want to travel full time and you don't have ambition to go along with that, you're not, like, what are you really going to do with the travel, So I feel like it's necessary. I feel like ambition for traveling is necessary because that's how you're going to get the most out of it and make it really worthwhile.
We have a lot of ambitions, and I think travel was just a gateway to that, and adds fuel to that fire, because it gives you more things you want to do, and it also makes all of those things harder. And if you can rise to meet that, then living that full-time life on the road is going to be an amazing adventure.